Just a second. Okay, ladies. So, assuming that all of you downloaded and read Woman Up Manual, I'm going to tell you a magical story about Cleopatra. Cleopatra, if you have seen a movie or read anything about her, I will just have to mute you. Are you familiar with her?
Well, she was got her man, and then she
well, I'll tell you how she got her man. She didn't get her man, she got her two men, and then she got three.
powerful.
The story of Cleopatra is very fascinating. I studied with a lot of, let me just make sure I mute everyone.
Yeah, mute.
Mute all. Okay, so you will be able to unmute yourself to talk. Okay, so here is the story. And I researched as many historians as I could through the years. Cleopatra, what we know, she was a pharaoh, she was the queen of Egypt. But she was not even Egyptian. She was Greek/Macedonian. Her father, Ptolemy XIII, was from the generation of Alexander the Great's generals and his powerful army. So at some point, illegally, her father, Ptolemy XIII, became the king, the pharaoh of Egypt. And then he lost his throne when she was about 10 years old. By the way, she had a lot of family members, brothers and sisters, and in her family lineage, a murder of your own brothers and sisters in order to obtain something was a very common thing. Also, inbreeding was very common to maintain the level of wealth and power. So she was 10 when she saw her father losing Egypt and then making buddy with Rome and then getting his throne back. So she was co-ruling with her own father from the young age. And then when her father died, supposedly of natural causes, who knows, she was 18 years old. Now she became the ruler of Egypt. And then, of course, she had to marry her little brother, who at the time was 10 years old. When he was growing up, she was becoming a threat to him. So he had his little advisors, she had her advisors, and they had a vitriol and drama. So what happened? She nicely was kicked out of the kingdom. And this is when the woman up strategies come. Please, ladies, think very carefully. She was 18 years old. She lost her kingdom. She lost pretty much everything. Not 18, but a little bit later, she lost it all. She started strategizing how to get it back. She was from a high-end family, very well educated, depends which historians you learn from. She spoke anywhere between 5 and 9 foreign languages. She was growing up in city of Alexandria, which was a very progressive, wonderful place to learn everything possible. She knew how to position herself like a Ferrari. She looked like a queen. She sounded like a queen. She behaved like a queen, even when she was kicked out of her throne. She knew there is a lot of knowledge everywhere. All I need to do is be a queen, be a Ferrari, and get the knowledge from everyone else. She knew it, and she was doing it. So what did she specifically do when it comes to getting her throne back? She said, My father got it back with a body with Rome. I'm going to do the same. The time has changed till then, since then. But her mission, her focus, she was intentional, she was present, she was aware of her powers, and she was very much aware of her weaknesses. So if you read the book, The Art of War, she did exactly what the book, The Art of War says. If you're weak, you pretend you're strong. If you're strong, you pretend that you're weak. So she knew she could not get to be present in front of Caesar. And she wanted Caesar. She wanted the leader of the world. She had no clue how to conquer him. So she got the knowledge from a prostitute. She went to a prostitute and said, how do I conquer a conqueror? This is knowledge not available in Alexandria at that time. You need to really go to prostitutes to learn how to deal with men. Prostitute told her, if you want to conquer a conqueror, he should never know that he conquered you. You should always be one step ahead. In other words, the prostitute told her to woman up so much. And this is the role of what I talk in a manual, Oscar winning. She had to win the Oscar all the time, playing between a kitten and a tigress, leading the Caesar crazy, thinking, I will just conquer her now, just one more step. She was very clever that way. So what did she do? To be in front of him, she had no power because she was not a queen of Egypt anymore. She was trying to get her throne back. She was living at the time, I think, somewhere in Malta or Cyprus or something like that. So what she did, she got some of her team to wrap her in a, it depends also which historian you listen, either she was wrapped in a carpet or she was brought in a bag, like a linen bag in which they carried rice and other things, like a special spices and beautiful things. So they gave this to her, they put her there, unrolled her in front of Caesar. And with that great entrance, he was floored. First of all, Caesar is the Zeus, he is the god, he is the whatever. Nobody comes to you, especially not unannounced, especially not like that, especially not from how she rolled out in a whole kitten surrendered place. Oh, I'm so sweet. Do you see how she played it? She won the Oscar. And that was, I think it was 46 year BC. And right away they were together because he wanted her so much. And he could never believe that he got her. Even when she was pregnant with him, she did not tell him. She just showed up with a little son, and she called him Caesarion. Just to show, that means little Caesar. Everything she did was strategically calculated. For what? For her throne, for her well-being, and for the country that she wanted to lead. She was not just one little, a girl who wanted to have better life. She was choosing the proper man for everything. That's absolute highest creme de la creme strategy you can imagine. Caesar got her to become the queen of Egypt again. She got everything she wanted. And then Caesar died because he was killed because of her. And then she calculated, my next husband, is it better that I take Mark Antony or Octavius? Which of them has more power? Octavius killed Caesar. So she was thinking, which one do I get? Then she chose Mark Antony. Mark Antony, in order to get his attention, she did something even more spectacular. She sailed into his seas. Normally, if you sail at that time in the other countries' seas, it's like to fight. You are armed, everybody is full of cannons and whatever weaponry they had at the time. It's all just armed, armed, armed. She was unarmed. As a matter of fact, her boat was full of incense and dancing women and fruit and beautiful harping music. Everything was sensual and sexual, and no man on a boat. Maybe just slaves doing the work. Only women in their glory. And Mark Antony could not resist but to go out and check, who is this? What is happening? And of course, she conquered the other conqueror. And then they together ruled the Egypt. Egypt has never been more prosperous and more abundant than during the 10 years of their together reign. That was the most absolutely amazing. And guess what happened to her? She became very playful, like a little child. And she had so many fun activities that she and Mark Antony would do, including hiding as a normal person and going between the villagers and the little citizens of their towns and pranking them and doing silly stuff. When a woman feels safe and there is abundance around her, she will naturally bring her playfulness and sweetness and just be completely happy. She absolutely knew how to do that. Now, in some of the historians, what they were saying is she was not beautiful, by today's standard, especially not. By those standards, maybe, but she was absolutely charming because she knew how and when to praise a person. She was very generous with her praise, which is called gold digging in my language. She just knew how to dig the gold from anyone. And that charmed people, especially when they knew her position. So she positioned herself as a Ferrari, and then she talks to you like you are a Ferrari too. And people were just falling. People could not believe, how is that possible? This one historian that I listened, she is British, she was giggling when she was talking about these powers. How Cleopatra just knew when and how to praise the person, when and how to pretend everything is, she doesn't know anything, and when and how to not do anything. Just be not passive and dead, but just actively present without engaging herself in. When you do that, you automatically diminish minivan attitude. You cannot be beat up minivan if you give somebody your witness, but you don't engage. Minivan attitude is, I give you my witness and I help you and I want to do this and that for you and I sacrifice myself. Ferrari attitude is, I give you my witness, so you give me your witness. And look what you can't have. She absolutely owned everyone. And because she did it so well, entire region was extremely prosperous because everybody was having satisfaction inside and everything was functioning very well. So my dear ladies, the power of Cleopatra is still available for us. I also studied some other people, and my newest favorite woman is Pamela Churchill. I don't know if you know about her. She married, I think, 5 or 6, the world's greatest leader, including nephew of Winston Churchill, and powerful people. And she was just a regular looking woman, but she was expert gold digger. She knew exactly how to sweet talk everyone. She knew how to win her Oscar. She was playing the kitty role all the time. Even Bill Clinton himself, he said, I would have never become a president if it was not for her. Because when she would put her, she was on a Democratic Party, and when she would put her power into fundraising, people were just throwing money at her. And they said themselves, they don't even know why. But they said, when you are talking to her, she's listening to you as if there is nobody else on the planet. Nobody existed. What was that? Similar to Cleopatra. She put you in her spell. You are so important to me. Every word you say, bring it on. And people crave witness. Men crave feminine energy. And when it comes with this witness, it really weakens all the barriers that they have to not wanting to give you what you want. And if you listen to some of the modern coaches, they talk about, well, you just have to tell him what you want and tell him how it is and tell him. There is no strategy in it. The only man who can respond to that, tell him, is the weak man who doesn't know how to give and how to provide, how to put you on a pedestal. He may know how to be your best friend, how to listen to you, how to, I don't know, cut your hair or prepare you for the, wedding dress or something cute. But the power comes when a man melts himself for you, when he does whatever it takes for you, because you want that from him. Does that make sense? Tell me, ladies, unmute yourself. Tell me, what do you think about it? Or put it in the chat. Tell me if you are seeing that maybe we could get more from men by digging the gold, praising them, by elevating our energy to Ferrari, by zipping. Yes, zipper therapy was one of Cleopatra's greatest skills, because supposedly what she would do, she would not let people know of her position. And she would not let them know what she wants to do. She would just listen. She would not agree. She would not disagree. She would listen. And the more she would be zipped and listening, the more people try to explain. And they would open their cards. And she knew what everybody is planning, what everybody wants. And she was just listening and taking that in. And she would often pretend that she doesn't speak different languages just to get information. And the best thing, she had fun with that. She came from inbred murderer's family who didn't deserve Egypt. She took it over with alliance with Caesar and Rome to create the best prosperous years Egypt ever had for happiness of all. So my dear ladies, if you ever doubt your power, please don't. Just learn, what is it that I need to do to make that happen for me? You see, when I was writing a Woman Up manual, I was strategically writing it for women to learn that the time has come that we learn we are not subordinate 1950s wives who just barefoot in a kitchen and pregnant. We are not modern, I don't need a man, F you everybody. We are intelligent, smart, brilliant, biologically savvy women who will enjoy everything we can, everything that is offered that we want, and what is not offered, we will make it happen. We will make it be offered because we desire it. So I will unmute you now because I want to engage with you. So please tell me, what do you think about this? Oh, Vasu is here. Hello, Vasu. I would love to hear from you first, if possible, please. And I would love to see your beautiful face.
Hi,
Hello,
sorry,
darling.
I trouble logging in. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Tell me, dear.
I heard only half of it because I came late.
Yes.
But I really resonated with your thought that being quiet and listening has more power than talking. And I recently experienced something. I was thinking about that episode. Oh, I talked a lot during that time. That's why it messed up the. But yes, I think listening has a lot of power.
Yeah. Zipper therapy, that's why I call it a therapy, because it does two things. If you zip it here, you listen, they feel your witness, it elevates your perceived value of you gets higher, because you're not just dumb sitting there, you are actively present. Your energy is there, you're giving your witness. And then zipper therapy here, what happens with unzipper therapy in your dress or unzipper therapy in your pants? So we open that and we actually have a more romantic possibilities. So beautiful. Thank you for your perspective. Evelyn, would you please like to share your perspective? I'd love to hear what you have to say, please. Can you unmute yourself? Let me see if I can unmute you. No, I cannot unmute you. Yes,
Yeah,
here you are.
yeah.
Yes.
You
tell me.
mentioned something about feminine energy.
Yes.
So what is that? Confidence?
What do you think it is? When you
Well,
think
for me,
about
it's
nature.
confidence.
Okay, what else?
Yeah.
What else? Feminine energy is not a concept. It's a living thing that is everywhere in the nature, just like masculine energy.
Mm-hmm.
Confidence could be also masculine, right?
Well, I can listen.
Yes.
You learn a lot that way.
Uh-huh.
But I also feel that you should be able to offer your perspective
As a strategy,
as well.
As a strategy, yes. And as a strategy, no. Depends when. If you're going after Caesar, if you're going after Mark Antony, if you want to conquer the conqueror, every step is a strategy. And so she
can't talk about that, but
go ahead.
Well, I hate to think that everything I do is going to be a strategy.
Well, you're not going after Caesar.
Map it out and have.
Well, but okay, so
so
the difference is this. Today's women, when they are 20 years old or 18, they fall in love. Oh my God, he's so cute. They have a baby with a cute guy who ends up being a completely deadbeat guy who leaves them because he's afraid of parenting or doesn't know how to get or keep a normal job or starts having some drinking or whatever. And now she's 25, 27, has two kids with two different men. And what then? Has no career, no nothing. That's when you needed strategy. If you do big things in life, you need to start strategizing because somebody is cute. No, doesn't work. Does not work. Just cuteness will come and go, and what you're left with, right? So if you think about what she was strategizing, she had a bigger picture. I want my throne back. I want a man I like. She had one child with Caesar and 3 with Mark Antony. She had 4 children because I want my thing to continue, my lineage. She wanted everything. And when you want everything, you strategize. She didn't just go with the first guy, her brother, and married him peacefully and had babies with her brother. She wanted more because with her brother, she would not have the whole Egypt. But with Caesar, she had whole Egypt and more. So wherever, if you are wanting a big man, big relationship, big money, you need to start strategizing big. You cannot just hope the man will fall from the sky. Okay, so strategy in a modern time, what is it? Okay, I want to meet a man who makes good money. So where are you going to do that? In a city, more likely than in a village, because cities are more people, right? In this place, more likely than that place. If you show up somewhere, if somebody meets you at 11 or 12 midnight, you immediately, your value drops. Because people have a judgment of women staying up late at night. They don't have judgment of men. But if you're strategic, you use that as one of the strategies. Does it make sense, Evelyn?
By not staying out late, so to speak?
Yes, you have, this is your strategy. By 10:30, I leave. So whoever is new to be met is not me.
Well, also you go where your tribe is.
You go where your tribe is, but if your man is in your tribe, you go there. If your future man is not in that tribe, but in it's a little bit of expanding that tribe, strategy is to figure out how to expand that tribe and show up with these 4 woman up strategies. You come, you dig the gold from whoever is there, you use the zipper therapy, you win your Oscar, and you are an absolute Ferrari. Do you see? What we do with that, we elevate ourselves naturally. So you just become, you normalize your beauty, your self-care, your power, your ability to listen, your ability to partner with people, and you invite them. Like she invited them to her magical world by showing the pieces of that suspension and surprise and elements of this. How dare you? How anybody dare just look at Caesar's eyes? People were not allowed to do that at the time. They look at the floor. She dared everything. And she became unforgettable.
She sure did.
Right? He was a Caesar. He had, you think he was like a single guy sitting on Tinder hoping to have a girl? No, he had every woman he wanted in his whole kingdom. The kingdom of Rome was huge. But she said, that's mine. And she got it.
Well,
yes. Shona, would you please share your opinion? Caroline, Jamie is here. How cool.
I was thinking, so I do agree about not being nagging or telling what you want or demanding what you want, but I think I've swung to the pendulum the other way, where there is a spot where you are too much not expressing what you want. So you do need to, I'm working on that, how to woman up and create the energy, but also explain specifically what I would want. First identifying it myself, but then expressing it.
Yes, exactly. So this is when the Ferrari up comes. Ferrari doesn't talk. By its presence, everybody knows this car needs a garage, demands a good gasoline, requires attention and care, must have blah, blah, blah. Just the presence. And very often, it's like if you think about the man of power, I often think about Godfather and those mafia people. They never stressed. They never said, oh, this one is ruining my life, kill him. Never, no drama. They lived in a very peaceful energy, trusting their power. And if they want somebody executed, they just go. Done. And this is the same thing, power with a woman. If you want something, I want. Oh, you always want something. that it creates the energy, father and a child. Daddy, give me this, I'm helpless. But if you flip it over, remember, Cleopatra was helpless too. She wanted her kingdom. She wanted a child. She wanted a conqueror. She wanted everything. She didn't come there and beg. She got there and enchanted him. And when he was enchanted, he was trying to give her everything she wanted. So in your case, right, I already know a couple of ways you are enchanting your man. And we both know a couple of ways that dropped the whole things, that he got sick of you, right? Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I muted it.
So in your case, what I will highly suggest, what you do is just be full of yourself, be present in front of him. And what is the next thing you want? What are we working on now? What do you want?
So my lease is coming up and I'm deciding if we are merging families, or we're at a point where we need to decide one way or the other what way it's going. It's going fine right now, but it's not an ultimatum, but I like the contentment of knowing I have a forever family.
There you go. Yes. So first thing what to do, you give him a chance to miss you. You make some space away. So he's like, something is missing when she's not around. And then you give him your divine presence in which you are calm and sweet, a little gold diggy, a little Ferrari-ish. Totally, you are just noticing the beauty. You are being grateful. And then you express your desire. It's not a question. It's not a beg. It's a desire. And you say, I want to move back in. I want us to have a forever family, and I want to live here.
Aren't you against that without a ring or without,
Well, I told you that before, but you said you don't want a ring. So we changed the strategy, right?
Right. No, I am working on what do I want first, because you can't ask someone to step up if you don't know what you want.
Thank you.
I'm working on that. But
so if you figure out that you want a ring, the strategy goes this way. If you figure out you just want to live together, strategy goes that way.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that myself internally. But I do, the little ask, that's your good tip. I think you should share. I've been doing like that, a lot of those, like, can you pass me a blanket? Can you open things like that? Because I am hyper independent and hyper alpha. Yes. So I'm forcing myself to do those small asks.
Yes. So you want me to share that? Okay. So I love how my clients always ask to share their gold with other clients. Okay. So ladies, to train yourself, how to train a man, you constantly have to be somebody they instantly know they provide for. Even if you make more money, even if you have more anything, if you need to train a man into the flow of, oh, she is my somebody to give to constantly. Whenever you are together, let's say together 3 hours, within 3 hours, at least 3 asks, at least. And they don't even have to be verbal. Minimum 3. It should be actually, if you live together, it should be maybe 15 a day. Depends how much interaction you have. If when you see each other, it should be very often, almost like entire day is made of that. But you don't even say a word. You just point to your empty glass and smile. No, nothing to say. You just say, oh, I'm cold. You don't say, give me your jacket, pass me the blanket. Oh, I'm cold. Or it's late at night and you don't want to do the dishes. It's like, oh, dishes. I just can't do dishes now. I would love to, but I can't. In other words, do the dishes, but we don't order to men. During the whole time, you don't go and reach to pass your salt. You just say, oh, I wish my meal is a little more salty. My rice could use some salt. And then you smile. Everything you do, it's us. You create a team of us. So he sees himself as the one who provides for your desires to make happen. Everything. Even if you have nothing, you're driving in a car, there is nothing he can do for you. Yes, of course he can. You ask a question. Oh, there is this street called whatever, Independence Street. Huh? How do you think this name came up? Who do you think gave up this name? Why do you think this is important? Every man wants to give you his opinion. Ask for his opinion. Because men fall in love when they give. They give you time, energy, money, focus, advice, intelligence, services. Anything when they give you, you become Ferrari. Now, don't ruin it by acting like a minivan. Allow yourself to be a Ferrari. Yeah, thank you, Shona, for that idea to share with others. Danielle, let's go. I'm all yours. Let's go.
What if they don't take the hint?
Say what?
They don't take the hint of like, oh, I'm cold or whatever. So for example, to be fair, you know this person. So I have a friend who was over here last weekend and I wanted to open the windows, but they were stuck. So I did the whole, I did the thing. And he did not take the hint and I did not ask him to open the window. I don't know why. I know I need to train him. He needs it. He wants it.
Yes.
But he doesn't want it as much as other men that make it easy on me. But long story short, I'm cold and they don't offer your jacket. What do you do?
Oh, honey, I'm really cold. If he doesn't offer again, then you deprive him of your presence. You say, I got to go home. If I'm going to be cold like this, I need to leave now. Why are you leaving now in the middle of the dinner? Yeah, I'm cold. I don't feel comfortable. You don't ask, you give me your jacket. I don't feel comfortable. You should have dressed better. Well, then how would that be sexy for you? You don't give up. You treat yourself like you are so important and you allow him to see that. Because in today's world, many people are really blinded by their own phones and their attention span is 2.5 seconds. They don't have the ability to witness. Witness is such a rare, beautiful skill. And if they cannot witness, you can witness you. Show them how to witness, Danielle. And stay with that. I really need to be warmer. What do you think can be done about that? And just wait for his opinion. And at some point you leave. Like my coldness is so important. My warmness my comfort is so important. I'm just going to leave. Like you would leave if the restaurant starts, I don't know, having mice running all over, you would leave because you don't enjoy that scene, right? When a woman womans up, a man will man up. And if a man is not manning up, you woman up more. Think about which of the 4 strategies I can use right now. I really dig some gold. I really appreciate that you always pay for my meals. It's a very providing skill that you have. That's so lovely. Is there maybe anything else you could provide to make me feel a little bit warmer? Do you want a hug? Oh, hug would be great. So he gives you a hug like, oh, this is nice. And so hold me like this and I will eat. Well, it's maybe more practical. I just give you my jacket. Oh, how brilliant. You are so smart. Wow. Of course, you don't do this. I'm exaggerating now. What do you think about that, honey?
Yep, makes sense.
Makes sense? Keep showing up that you're not giving up on yourself. Yeah. And you said you wanted more coaching on the trip, the high school guy?
I think it'll be interesting.
Okay, let's put you on the spot. Give me the question.
Oh, I don't know. Well, for example, setting the stage, I had this dude from high school who college, randomly reaches out to me. And because my energy has changed, because it's usually just a little bit of back and forth, whatever, but I've had some other fun things happen recently. So my energy has changed. And this time out of nowhere, he was like, well, I should just fly you to San Francisco. And then whatever. So he was like, it's 70 degrees in San Francisco. I'm like, I will freeze to death. So he's figuring out something else. So that is what's happening. But he sends me these messages like, what did he send last night was, I'm normally not like this with women in person.
Mhm.
You will probably hate me.
Okay.
Oh, that
And what did you say to that?
you're gonna be embarrassed. But I said, how are you in person? I didn't flirt or anything.
Okay. Next time you flirt.
I
And
know what
if whenever man tells you you're gonna hate me, you put this in your mind, like, okay, he's telling me he has a bad side of him, but I'm not gonna bite to that thing. So you can just say, a woman like me has a magnificently open heart, and if you ever think I will hate you, it's kind of offensive. Now you can apologize. You see, you put him in his place by elevating yourself so he doesn't ever play that game with you.
okay.
I will go that, but it with a little smiley face and stuff. You should not sound angry if it's a text message. People don't often know what's going on with that. When is the trip?
Oh, I don't know if it's actually gonna happen. She's like, oh, soon, whatever. It's just fun. So we'll see.
Okay, enjoy fun, have fun, and go
Yeah.
for a trip. Yes. Jamie, Bo, Caroline, I want to hear from you, ladies. Bo, tell me something. I haven't talked to you in a long
Hello.
time. Hello, my dear.
How are you?
Hi, honey.
I have a similar question to Danielle's actually. Not maybe
Yes.
if they're not picking up on cues, but if they explicitly ask you for like, hey, where do you want to go? Or what do you want to do? And so like, I guess so my initial reaction is like, oh, I'm so happy to take your lead. But is there anything else that
Yes.
is a good way to
Yes. Yes.
deal with that?
Yes, of course. It's very important to know yourself so much that you kind of have like a plan B list, something you would really love to see or experience or enjoy, and have them on a two financial and time consuming categories. One to be, you know what, I haven't had Indian food in a long time. I really love Indian food. For example, that's like a lower just food. Or you can have it a little bit higher. Well, since you ask, I'm so excited to tell you, and you have to use those words. I'm excited. I love it. That shows that that's feminine energy, shows the emotion that is bright and pulsing. And then you say something more complex, like a sunset cruise or overnight trip to whatever, Ohio, or anything that you would love to experience, and he feels like a good person you would do that with. Half-day trip, shopping spree. Look, there is something so cool about going shopping with a man and he just pulling out his credit cards. Every woman, even women who make way more money than these men, they just love it. There is something so girly satisfying. Allow that. And maybe you can have a gap between the two to be very small. One is a shopping and dinner, and another one is a movie and dinner. But both of them you have to want. Or it can be the third one really extravagant, a weekend trip or blah, 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 something, something, something. And then you will see if he doesn't want to provide that, he will never again ask you what you want. But when a man asks you, what do
Yeah.
you want? There are two ways of asking. One is, I don't know, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Like, I'm too lazy. I'm not present. And another one is, I want to please her. I want her to fall in love with me. So where do you want to go? It's like I'm an order taker. Give me any order and it will happen. So invite that from men and really, really have fun ideas. In your case, I would definitely, you and Danielle both, I would definitely, you too, Shona, I would definitely make sure that you always say, I want to go shopping. Oh, she really wants to take whatever I want. I want to go shopping.
I guess this one was more like, we're going out for brunch on Sunday. And so that's already a done deal. Like, we know that's what we're doing. And he's like, do you have any thoughts on where you want to go? And I'm just like,
and you say,
no.
a romantic European cafe with a beautiful view.
Okay.
A place that provides whatever, crepes and something with comfortable chairs. A plenty of vegan options. I always like to say with a beautiful view, because they have to work for that. And get a beautiful brunch with a view. Oh, what a view. Oh.
That sounds good. Thanks.
And take pictures. Then absolutely, whenever man delivers what you ask him to deliver, then you have to take a picture by that something with the food in front of the concert hall or anywhere, because we are using that later on to do my other strategy. It's called spread his sperm. So you're going to spread his sperm, spread his glory to the world. Oh, look at where I am. Oh, somebody gave me this. That way he gets more attached to you and he doesn't have to spread his sperm himself. You spread it for him so he becomes more faithful to you. It's a really, really important part of my teachings. Okay. Bo, can I talk to you, honey? Can you say a word? You are muted. Still.
I'll say something. Oh, there she is.
Oh, okay, Bo, go ahead.
I don't know. what should I say? I don't know. I like younger men, so that's
I
a
know
whole
that.
itself.
Okay.
Wait, let me tell you something. So one of my neighbors, she only likes older men, and by older, I mean at least 20 years older than herself. And I'm just the opposite. I like men at least 20 years younger myself. So she has a phrase. She said, I would rather be an old man's queen than a young man's slave. So she always gets to be the queen because she's 20 years younger than all these men. And I always get to be the slave because I'm 20 years older.
Yes. But your thing is you don't know how to use strategically your power. And this was presented when you had a guy in a hotel room. Remember that guy? You had you can, with the same strategy, you can have so many guys. But because now you know your limit, you need to get only to the point of limit, not further. And then you will start expanding it. Because for you, once you have one guy, then you start trickling there many. And then once you don't have anybody, you think there is nobody. So to fight, that's a wrong word, but to expand your own thinking, you just allow yourself to have one man. One man. And then immediately while you were working with this, you have one more. And immediately, because that you will be like, oh, 37 is now too young for me. I mean, too old for me. And you go with all these younger guys, right? But you have to keep them. You cannot stop. Once you stop, you start doubting yourself, especially because the certain guy likes to make sure that you doubt yourself. Yeah. Thank you for that. Caroline, Sunshine, what did you want to say?
I just was going to say, I like the word witness. You kept saying witness today. And it made me think about how I feel the most happy with my man when I feel witnessed by him, like he's really seeing and appreciating me. So
Mhm.
yeah, just made me think about, yeah, giving that back.
So
Probably feel nice.
how do you invoke his witness? How do you use your magic to charm him into witness?
I don't know. It's been a minute. I have to think about it.
Would you need some coaching from me?
Of how to charm him into witnessing me.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah,
Okay. So
always.
first, be very strategic about time and place, because male brain works one task, another task, another task, another task. You don't want to interrupt the flow of his tasks. So usually after dinner or after any of, maybe sometimes after lunch on a weekend, when there is no next thing I have to do, I have to go somewhere. When you know there is more like a easy kind of langsam day, if you know that, then you just take your sexy look and just tell him, do you know what I appreciate about you? Can he hear you with a sexy voice slowly saying, you know what I appreciate about you? And be like, what? I'm tying my shoes, I'm busy. No, he will, you disarm him. And he just, huh? Yes. And then you pause and you look at him and you use as little words as possible and you just show it up and down his body. This witness that you give me makes me feel so sexy. This witness is precious. It's actually healing too, because he prides himself of being a healer, right? Strategically bring what he already likes about him. And it makes me feel safe. And then you get up or move a little bit and then you call him after you. You know what else I like about you? And you praise him on the couch. And then you give him another thing you like. Just the fact that he walked from kitchen to the couch with you, following you, it's already worshiping you. Now, all these things that he had to do next are less important. And now he's actually able to give you witness. And then after 2, 3 things, what you like about him, maybe 3, you take him from here to there. And now your energy is starting to regulate together and you're becoming a better, like a synchronicity vibration. And now you can actually blend. And before you blend in any way, you're blending what you require and need the most is the witness blend. And then you just be there and say, heal me with that witness. And after he does it, you tell him and you praise him and dig the gold out of that. That was fantastic. I feel so connected to you in a text, in a one-on-one. By the way, as you walk by, you know, poke his butt or something. And it's like, oh, this was so powerful.
I love that.
Yeah.
Always was.
Yes, thank you. Report, please. I'd love to hear how that worked. Yeah. Yeah, you see, you have natural that charm in you. Just have to use it very strategically and often. Yeah. Anybody else wanted anything from me, my dear ladies? If you had a question, Vasu, did you want it a little more of coaching?
I'm just thinking about a question. I'll come back to you.
You will come back to me. Yes, I'm so happy you are here because I wanted you to attend this class because of Cleopatra and her endeavors to have the greatest conquerors. And I can see you in the same position as well, especially because the career and the family and the big man, she got it all because she knew how to strategize. And I see you like that as well.
Thank you for saying that. Hopefully, with your coaching, I can get there,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
we all can get there.
Yes, yes, yes. But people have different desires. But you are very, your desires are very Cleopatra-esque. So I'm happy you are here with us.
Oh,
Yeah. Thank you, ladies, for your witness. I'm so happy we reconnected like this. I got many emails that people were saying they prefer the class was still scheduled for Thursday. There was a mistake in the calculation. So in the future, I will have every once in a while classes, probably Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, so we can attend more of us. Thank you for giving me your witness. And if you have any questions or something, you can email me or you can read the Woman Up manual first and then go through it and see if there is something that needed to be addressed.
Thank you, Helena.
so
Yeah.
much.
So much.
Yes.
Take
Thank you
care.
so much. Yes. I just want to show you what my friend here has been my little candle the whole time.
Mm.
I always love to make my ambience charming and delicious. Much love, ladies. I'll see you soon.
Much love.
Bye.
Thank you.